What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Thursday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, and we are back after a winning day. I had a lot of fun yesterday. I went to the SEC tournament. I killed it at the SEC tournament. So the book I bet at allowed me to bet minus 5.5 in the first half for Mississippi State against LSU, and I parlayed that with minus 9.5 for the game. That hit. And then I in-gamed plus 29.5 and a three-pointer at the buzzer for Mississippi State. They won by 29. Went 3-0 in that game. Had a couple other bets that came in live as well. So I did tremendously well. Overall, it was a winning day. 3-2, 2-1 again on our NBA player props. For the first time, the play of the day goes down, but my other two bets cashed. So the play of the day misses, but Christie continues to be an absolute wagon. We're going to keep on betting Max Christie, points, rebounds, and assists under. Russell Westbrook got pulled in a blowout, so that came in as well. And then Drew Holiday did not get over 16.5. He wound up falling 14, just a little bit short. 1 of 7 from behind the three-point line. If he had hit one more three, that would have gone over. Georgia and North Carolina, that goes down because Georgia loses the game outright. I was watching that game. I was there for that game. And Texas A&M and Vanderbilt goes over. Sort of a miracle going over with that, but it did go over 151 and 151. That fell, so we got that bet right in the SEC tournament. I'm headed back to the SEC tournament coming up here for today, so I'll tell you a bit more about that. This is like the anti-Matt Perrault podcast today, okay? One, I'm exhausted. So that's probably why. It's 1 a.m. I've been at the basketball game, watching 2 games, going back down there, and then getting on a plane and flying home after the morning session for the SEC tournament. So 2 games to watch, including Arkansas and Ole Miss for the first day of the game, which is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to watch that. So we're going to go watch that, and then A&M plays in the second game that we're going to watch and talk about that. Kentucky plays later on tonight. More on them here in a little bit. But I'm going to give you 2 NBA player props, 2 overs, not unders. Unders have been hitting. I probably shouldn't do this, but whatever. I'm doing it. I'm tired. And then I'm going to bet 2 2-leg Moneyline parlays. If this blows up, this blows up. It's Thursday. It's on a huge card. And I'm just, one of those things when you're traveling and going all over the place. Let's give you guys, the candy, not the good stuff, but I'll give you guys the candy, if you will. But before we do that, let me tell you about our BettingPros systems. You guys, the new BettingPros betting systems tool is designed to help you find winning strategies and make smarter bets. Customize your betting systems by sport, bet type, and time frame to find the best opportunities using real-time data and expert analysis. Track the performance of your different betting systems over time and optimize your bets to increase your chances of success. Download the BettingPros app today or go to bettingpros.com/systems to elevate your betting strategy and make smarter bets. Also, we've had a lot of fun here over the last couple of weeks. We've done well with NBA player props. I hope we continue to do well with NBA player props, but I'm going to just say this. There is I don't know how much of a percentage of a chance, maybe a 25% chance that I'll start to slow down here just a little bit with NBA player props, just because there are some things that are going on that we need to take a look at. But if you guys want to go and get BettingPros Premium, you can get the free 7 days right now by downloading the BettingPros app and using the code JUICE to get a 7-day free trial. If you guys love the NBA player props, I'm going to bet them, but I feel like we need to start branching out just a little bit on some of the things that we're doing. Not a ton of them, but just some of them. We're going to be branching out simply because, well, I feel like some of you don't love betting NBA player props, and I know it's been super successful. So, like, why stop? Just FYI, it would be smart if you love the NBA player props and you're having some fun with it, you might want to come in and jump on it yourself. And so you can guarantee that you've got the same data that I've got, and you guys are able to do the things and look at these things the way that I am, and you guys can go ahead and bet all of it. It is time to talk about our friends at Omaha Steaks, however, in the semi-annual sale, which is going on right now with Omaha Steaks. This is in my freezer. It's been in my freezer for a while. One of the great things about getting Omaha Steaks when they're delivered is that Omaha Steaks, they can stay there for a really long time. And that's really pretty cool when you have these opportunities to have food that stays great. You can pull it out. You can throw it on the grill. The burgers, you just go straight onto the grill. It's unbelievable. And right now, during their semi-annual sale, you can get 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus, our listeners for the Daily Juice get an extra $30 off with their promo code JUICE at checkout. This sale only happens twice a year, so don't miss out on your chance to save on handcrafted steaks, beefy burgers, premium chicken, and so much more. For someone like me who's really busy, it's awesome to be able to grab those burgers and chuck them on the grill without having to defrost them. They're ready in 10, 15 minutes. It's just tremendous. Food delivered directly to your door, from legendary steaks to classic comfort food. You can bring home all the exceptional handcrafted flavor and convenience of Omaha Steaks at omahasteaks.com during their semi-annual sale right now. 50% off site-wide plus an extra $30 off. Use the promo code JUICE at checkout. That's 50% off at omahasteaks.com plus an extra $30 off with the promo code JUICE at checkout. This is a great way if you've made money with us over the last couple of weeks with this NBA player prop run. This is the way. Like, Matt, how do I repay you? Matt, how do I say thank you? This is how. Go to omahasteaks.com, get 50% off site-wide during their semi-annual sale. Promo code JUICE at checkout for an extra $30 off. Minimum purchase may apply. Omaha Steaks, we thank them for supporting the Daily Juice. Okay, let's get to the NBA player props first. 2 overs for you. Let's talk about Cam Thomas. You can bet Cam Thomas over points in assists or over points in rebounds. Both are loved by the prop bet cheat sheet at the moment. 5-star play, major positive EV on both of these plays, plus 31% positive EV and a plus 38% positive EV for either one. The reason why I'm going to go with points and rebounds and not points and assists is because Cam Thomas's points and assists at 25.5, that is actually heavily juiced. It's minus 150. You can get minus 120, a little bit of a cheaper bet, if you want to call it that, to come in at minus 120 for Cam Thomas over 25.5 points and rebounds. This is projected at 31. It's 25.5. This has been a very consistent bet up against the Chicago Bulls. In fact, it's hit 100% of the time. It's only come in a couple of times over the last 5 games, but we're going up against a pretty bad defense. This prop is 29th against the Chicago Bulls for Cam Thomas. We're going to go over points and rebounds for Cam Thomas, over 25.5. He may get there just with points by themselves for this. Okay, his points, he scored 27 last time out. He scored 27, 20, 16, 23, and 24, 16, 25, 24, and 25. So he's gone over this number of 25.5, 5 out of the last 7 games. So pretty good run here for Cam Thomas of the Brooklyn Nets. You can do assists if you want, but that's pretty much going to be heavily juiced. I'd rather just do minus 120 on this and bet 0.6 to win a half a unit coming back. Cam Thomas over points and rebounds at 25.5. And the second bet, we're going to go to Malik Beasley of the Pistons up against Washington for him. Take a look at his points, rebounds, and assists. It's set at 18.5. Minus 120 on this. Last time out against Washington, it did go over. Head-to-head for Malik against Washington, this has gone over on 3-11. Last week, it went over. And in November, earlier in this season, he had 30. It went over as well. So he's 2-0 on this so far here in 2024-25 up against Washington with the Detroit Pistons here. It's not too juicy. It hasn't gone over a ton when the number has been in the 20s, but it pushed when the last time he was with Golden. He was 19.5, he got 20. 19.5 against Portland, he only had 12. 18.5 against Golden State, it went over. 24 against the Clippers and the Jazz both went under, but 18.5 against Brooklyn went over. 18.5 against Denver went over, and 18.5 against Boston, it went over. The number basically being 18.5 is a pretty good number. It's a pretty good indication as to where it's going to go and how it's been going over. This number is 18.5 at minus 120. We're going to bet the over. Malik Beasley, over 18.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Bet it to win a half a unit. Okay, so those are our two NBA player props here for tonight. Cam Thomas, points and rebounds, over 25.5, and Malik Beasley, points, rebounds, and assists, over 18.5. Again, I would recommend going and grabbing that at Bet365. Their numbers have been great. They've got better numbers and better juice. Just on player props right now, I'm just telling you, I'm in Kentucky. It's where I'm playing these. It's a great place to play them just from a number perspective. Now, two bets for you guys. Parlays, college basketball, okay? Let's start with Kentucky and North Carolina, okay? Kentucky is going to win today. Kentucky's going to have so many fans. I mean, we were there at the SEC earlier. And there were so many fans at the Kentucky game just to watch other basketball teams, not Kentucky. They're going to take over the building. They're laying 6.5 against Oklahoma. I just watched Oklahoma. Kentucky is a much better basketball team than Oklahoma. Kentucky is going to beat Oklahoma. You parlay Kentucky with North Carolina. North Carolina won today. They destroyed. They got Wake Forest here today. They're not going to lose to Wake Forest in Charlotte. I just don't see it happening, okay? But I don't want to get in there and start laying these points. I didn't want to lay 8.5 today with North Carolina, or yesterday with North Carolina, and they blew out. I mean, just complete and total ravage. Huge win for Carolina. Massive blowout. Now here they're against Wake Forest in Charlotte. 2-leg Moneyline parlay against North Carolina. It's a 5.5 point number. I'm going to jump in here. 2-leg. North Carolina and Kentucky, minus 108 for 1.08. We missed this today, I know, but I'm going to do it again because it was close, and I think Georgia probably should have won. And you could hedge off of it later. Kentucky plays late. I was betting in game. I was hedging off of it when Georgia was playing. I took plus 3.5 for Oklahoma. They won the game outright. So you can do that. You can play around and take bets in game as you're going. But Carolina early, Kentucky late. We're going with Moneyline parlay for Kentucky and North Carolina at minus 108. And the second play, it's an all-Texas parlay. Texas A&M up against Texas. Look, I'm going to be at this game. I don't think Texas is good. I know they beat Vandy. They looked good. That game went over, but I think it's more about Vanderbilt, less about Texas. A&M has not played great lately, but I think A&M is going to win this game here today in the second round of the SEC tournament. And then Texas Tech has got Baylor. These are all four teams from Texas. I think Texas Tech wins the game here outright. I'm not going to lay the 4.5 or 5 points on this simply because it's now 6.5. I think Texas Tech wins. I think Texas Tech could be a Final Four type team, and I actually think winning the Big 12 tournament for Texas Tech can help their seeding, and I think they know that. So I do think we're going to see a great effort out of Texas Tech up against Baylor. Texas A&M money line, Texas Tech money line. It is a minus 114 parlay, 1.14 units down on that to win 1 unit coming back. Okay, so those are our 4 plays for us here on Thursday. Cam Thomas, points and rebounds over. Malik Beasley, points, rebounds, and assists over. UNC in North Carolina, moneyline parlay. Texas A&M, Texas Tech, moneyline parlay. And I'm on a plane heading back to Vegas. I will be back. I will be taping tomorrow in Vegas for Friday. And we'll have more college basketball. We'll have more things going on. But those are the plays for us here today. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.